Hello, this is Esotic, and this is the demo tutorial for the fuel usage version 1.27. There's some features in here that are new, like this yellow flag. You can see this person off track here. This is the mini window, which for the most part is transparent, but under certain situations it will show you yellow flag information, like if you're approaching someone who is off pace, potentially off track. It doesn't necessarily know that. It just knows that they're not on pace and that you're approaching them quickly. And this will turn yellow, and as you get closer, it'll turn brighter and brighter yellow. And there's some options for that. If you are being approached by someone who's going to lap you, this will turn blue, and it'll get more and more blue as they get closer to you. And so that's one of the features of the mini window. As we pass start finish up here, the mini window will give us our laps remaining of fuel. It will also optionally tell us what our last lap time was. And I've been making a lot of adjustments to the fuel usage, mainly because of VR. Like, I'm trying to get all of my apps condensed as much as possible to just the very basic necessity of what I need. For the most part, like, I can run almost entire endurance races just with the mini window. You can see here, you can see that it's showing laps remaining and fuel usage. I'm not sure if laps remaining is actually correct because we're in a replay session, so I don't think it's properly calculating fuel usage at this point. Or maybe it's not reporting it to the API. I don't know. But you can see the yellow flag information here kind of going off as we're approaching danger, people off pace. So that's what that's for. I'm going to go through all the various windows that are now part of the fuel usage app and sort of explain their purpose and what you can do with them, because it's kind of grown over time, again, due to VR and my usage of it. So there's a fuel usage app, which is what most people are used to when they think of fuel usage application. It's this window. And this allows you to specify, you know, at the next stop, I want to go a certain number of laps. How many liters of fuel do I need to add in order to go that many laps? So if I pitted at the end of this lap, I would need to put in 8.6 liters of fuel to go another 13. So that's what that's for. This will tell me how many laps of fuel I have remaining, how many liters per lap I'm getting, and then how many total liters I have in the car. So that's what that window is. That's what that window does. So we'll turn that one off. We talked about the mini window already. It's here, mostly transparent. I'll leave that one on. Fuel usage timed. People wanted to know how long they could drive with the current fuel load, because some races are timed, and so that's what this window is for. It tries to give you a estimate of how long you could drive on average, and then according to your last lap's fuel usage, how far can you go in terms of time. This is the fuel usage setup tips. So all of the text that's inside the setup tips, and again, I made this because of VR, because it's really hard to reference something outside of VR when you're in VR. So there is a setup tips.txt that is in this fuel usage folder. Setup tips txt. You can put anything you want in there, and it'll load up into here. And I think so. This is the contents of the setup tips txt. Again, this is just information that I put in to help me. You can change this. I should probably add in INI options so you can specify how big you want that window to be. That would be completely relevant. I guess I haven't done that yet. While we're in here, we can go over some of this information. The new information. I'm not necessarily going to go over every single thing in here, but the blue flag min and the blue flag max, this is time based. So it tries to figure out how close they are to you in terms of time. This is seconds. And so if they're within 2 seconds of you, then it'll show a light blue color. And if they're within a quarter second of you, it'll be the most blue it could possibly get. And so that's how you know you really got to get out of the way. And the show blue flag, that here, this is turning on and off the flag logic for the mini window. And this is turning on and off whether or not you want to see your last lap time in the mini window as you cross start finish, and it shows you your laps of fuel remaining and your last lap time potentially. These yellow flag options, these are distance, not time. I may convert it to time at some point, but I'm pretty happy with the distance as it is now, the way that it tells you that something's happening up ahead. I'm good with it. If somebody's going less than 20 kilometers an hour, it will always show you maximum danger according to how far away you are from them. And this is kilometers. So if you're within 400 kilometers of something it considers somebody's off pace, imminent danger, then you'll get a light yellow. As you get closer within 50 meters of this imminent danger, and then it's also weighted a little bit based on the distance and speed of you and them, like how quickly you are approaching them. It'll be brighter yellow. And then this is the difference in their speed to your speed. It's kind of a general multiplier. Like if they're, well, your average speed at that point on track. If they're less than 70% of your average speed at any given point on track, then they could be considered a threat or an imminent danger up ahead. There's a KMH folder in here, and as you're driving each track in each car, it will generate a dictionary of information for every position on track. So this is the position on track, and this is generally how fast you're going at that position on track in kilometers an hour. And so it just keeps track of this. It's not in order because dictionaries in Python aren't in order by default. So that's why it's kind of all random in here. But that's what these values are. And so this should never get too big. You know, like 16K a piece. But if you feel like that folder is getting too big, you can go in here and clear that out. But you would lose all of your speed averages for every position on track. Let's see. So we talked about fuel use setup tips. The data window. This is just a straightforward data view, potentially, of the information that's mostly available in here, but it's made to be a little bit more lightweight in terms of resource usage. So this may be more efficient. It may not use as many, it may not cause as many frame per second dips. Your frame rate may be higher if you use this sort of more simple version of the data display. So I think that's the vast majority of all the updates for the new version of the fuel usage app. If you have questions, please put them in the race department support thread. You can put them on YouTube, and I'll try to get back to that. Please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video if you like it, and that's it. Thank you.